Hey guys, so I am going to do a review, I guess, of my Humira shot process because when I was getting ready to be put on it, I didn't see the very many reviews for both options, the Humira pen and the Humira syringe, pre-filled syringe. And I knew all about the pen and everything. It's pretty self-explanatory, but like as far as the syringe thing went, like I had no idea, and there was no reviews or anything on it. So now we're gonna do that. Um, so here's like the basic stuff. I have the pre-filled syringes. I don't know how I ended up with the pre-filled syringes because we definitely ordered the pen, but might have been like a blessing in disguise because you can like control the little thing to decide like how fast you want the medicine to go in and stuff. Um, so it comes in this little package, and it comes in a box of two, which is supposed to be like a 1 month supply. And I take mine once every other week, and it's 40 milligram pre-filled syringe. So that's that. And it's got the little thing here to like help you um, control how fast you want the medicine to go in, which I thought was pretty great. At first, when I got it, my ambassador came over, and the day of, I like opened this, and it wasn't the pen, and she and I were both like, "Huh, all right." So I was a little intimidated at first because that's not what I was expecting, but I've gotten used to it now, and it's not that bad. Um, but you should definitely take it out of the fridge and let it sit for at least 10-15 minutes beforehand so it won't burn like as bad. It's still going to burn. So whoever tells you that it's not going to burn is like totally lying. It's going to burn regardless. Um, so without further ado, get your little alcohol pads. And I don't know why they put it in this weird thing. They also gave me this like sharps container, but I had never used one like this before, and I was playing around with it, trying to get familiar with it, and I accidentally closed the non-open ever again after you close it thing. So I kind of just had to take the lid off and then close it back that way. So don't do that. Don't close that part. So you have your little things, and then you're supposed to apparently swab off, and then like you can't fan the spot that you do it. I always do mine in the stomach because I just would rather do it in my stomach than somewhere else. And you do this a couple of times in like a wide area so you don't get any like bacteria or anything. And then you just kind of have to like hang out and let it dry for a second. In the meantime, like I always take my cap off and look at the needle. And they don't tell me this, but my mom's a diabetic, and she used to have these like weird shots. And she always told me to like look at the needle and find the side that has the slant, and that's the way you want to like put it in. And it's not gonna focus on it, but the needle has a little slant. If you look at it closely, you'll see it. So you have to push the plunger up to get all the air out of it, and then you are ready to go after you find your edge. And then you're supposed to go in at like a 90-degree angle and not just like straight forward, just go in like kind of from the side. So that's what we do. So it goes in, and you're supposed to check for like blood return to make sure you're like not in a vein or anything. So I don't have any, so I'm just gonna go ahead. And it's definitely burning, just so you know. And I did leave it out, so it's definitely a lie if somebody says, oh, there's no discomfort whatsoever. But for everybody that's been in the hospital because they either have ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, which is probably why you would watch this, has had an incident in the hospital where you had to receive those Levinox injections into your stomach that hurt and burned really bad. Definitely nowhere near the amount of pain as that. And that's it. And I didn't bleed, so if you don't bleed, you just kind of go on about your day, and then you put your stuff in your sharps container, and then that's pretty much about it. Like I said, don't do what I did and close your sharps container with this in here, because it doesn't open. Again, nobody gave me that memo. It didn't come with any instructions. I'm used to the wide ones where you just put the thing in the top. Whatever. So that's pretty much that. Basically, you can just expect to be like really tired for the day that you do your shot, and the next day sometimes it carries into the day after that. That's pretty much about it. So it's not as bad as I made it out to be, or thought it was going to be, but it can be a little unnerving, especially if you've never had to give yourself a shot or you hate needles. But you get over it. Alright guys, I will talk to you later on another video.